Yo, my people, damn. CFC, Riddis Blue, back with another video. Chelsea news update sense, man. More transfer news, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know any thoughts and opinions you have down below, and make sure to have an enjoyable Friday as well as an enjoyable weekend. Chelsea play Man City tomorrow, and I will be doing the match preview, match review, and watch along all on the same day. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, turn the notification bell. And yeah, man, thank you for all your support. But now let's get into the news. Going to start off with Alejandro Garnacho. And these are the reports that come out from Fabrizio Romano and Matt Law. So look at this now. Chelsea are prepared to bid for Garnacho after initial approach made. Man United are insisting on £59 million for Garnacho, and it is believed Garnacho would favour a move to Chelsea, where his Argentina international teammate Enzo Fernandez plays. That was reported by Matt Law, innit? And hey man, this Garnacho stuff, it's getting heated, man. There's only about the transfer window ends on the 3rd of February, so we have less than 2 weeks remaining, and Man United desperately need to sell because they need to be able to buy other players, but they need to sell before that. As well as that, they need to make profit. Garnacho is someone they didn't pay a lot of money for, and with us being quoted about 59 million, that would give them a lot of financial support in terms of the financial fair play in order for them to try and rebuild their squad, because they don't necessarily have a lot of guys that they can make a lot of money from. If they're going to sell a lot of guys in terms of Højlund or Xerxes, they're going to be taking losses because they won't be able to recoup enough money in order to buy players that they need for their team, which obviously plays into our favour, because obviously earlier in the season we didn't buy, but we got Sancho on loan, and he's turned out to be way better for us than he ever was for Manchester United. And similar kind of thing, who knows, maybe if we get Alejandro Garnacho, that could be another person who we can elevate and make him better for our team, because Enzo Maresca has improved a lot of our players, and he could also do so with Garnacho. Obviously we have Enzo here, and he's moving like an agent, because he must be talking to Garnacho in order to be like, yo, come to Chelsea, man. Like, it's better over this side rather than over there where Manchester United all got leaks coming through your press conference room, through your stadium. Club's kind of falling apart, especially with the fact that you man are just in the bottom half, your worst position at this point in the season. So, hey man, personally speaking, I'm not saying it's going to be like highly over in terms of signing Garnacho. This isn't someone I'm going to be like, oh yeah, we desperately need him, but it could play into our favour, especially because even though United want the 59 million, that doesn't mean that we're going to pay that. As the transfer window gets closer and closer to ending, we're going to have the leverage, because United need to sell. Napoli were interested, but they have taken their attentions elsewhere. We are really right now the only team that could potentially get Garnacho, and who knows, we could get him for maybe 50 million. If we can get him for less money than we sold Mason Mount to Manchester United for, that would be brilliant, because the kid hasn't even reached nowhere near his prime. Like, he has so many years ahead of him. He is a good talent, and hey man, an Argentina international, that can go a long way into the future. And like I said, Maresca has improved players already. Seen what he's done with Sancho, a guy who was not rated at Manchester United, but now he's getting rated and could potentially get into the England squad in the future. Like, this is big. And the natural man, hey man, if you come, I hope that you do well. But obviously it's going to be hurtful for other Manchester United fans, because realistically they don't want to let Garnacho go. But this is the issue that the board have made for you guys. Gonna have to sell quality players. Gonna have to sell guys to make profit, because you man in dire straits right now. You man are in dire straits and you need to make some money, and this is a big way for you to make it. So you have to sell a guy like him. You have to sell a guy like Marcus Rashford. It's gonna be long, man. Even my brother be like, oh, I'm done with United if this happens. if we can potentially sell Garnacho and Rashford in the same window. Like, he calls him his star boy. And man can take one of his star boys and come to Chelsea and potentially do better with us than he has done for Manchester United. That would be so calm and that would be brilliant. But obviously, we'll just have to wait and see on that kind of front. But there's only less than 2 weeks remaining, the closer it gets to deadline day, is the more Manchester United gonna have to lower their value, because at one point it was 75. Now they're talking about 59. Let's see what the board can do, because us Chelsea people, when it comes to transfers, we don't necessarily get overpriced. And we got Sancho for 20 to 25 million. They took a loss of 75. We could get this deal down lower. We could. So, hey man, that's just obviously my thoughts and opinions on this news. I want you guys to let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Would you want us to sign Alejandro Garnacho? Do you think there's any good reasons, any bad reasons? Let me know down below in the comments. But now I'm going to move on to another topic. So now it's in regards to Cesare Casadei, and this is the report. Lazio remain confident to get the Cesare Casadei deal done for 10.1 million plus a 20% sell-on clause. Negotiations at final stage with Chelsea. Reported by Fabrizio Romano. And boy, this will be a good move for him. Like, with us getting a 20% sell-on clause, 10.1 million, like, realistically, I don't think we're going to make a lot of profit, if I'm going to be honest. But it's not even about that. Like, the 20% sell-on clause could go a long way, because if he goes back to his home country in Italy, he could potentially rekindle his form. And he is a very good player. And Italy under 21s, international, someone that could potentially break into the Italian team in the future. If everything goes well for him, who knows, he could potentially be at the World Cup next year. Like, who knows what can happen, but he is a very good player in my opinion. For his age, he is very good. He is a player that can arrive in the box at the right time, take shots from outside the box, similar to like how Frank Lampard was. And that can go a long way in order for him to find his best form. And in the future, we could maybe either bring him back or Lazio could sell him. And then we have that 20% sell-on clause. So for anything that happens, we're just going to be earning from it. So for me, I think it's going to be a win-win, because I could see him going to Serie A and having good seasons there. So that's just my thoughts and opinions. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions down below on Cesare Casadei. Next up, we have Douglas Luiz. So this is the report. Chelsea asked about a loan move for Douglas Luiz until June. Juventus have no intention to open doors to a loan move at this stage. Obviously, you would have heard the news that Romeo Lavia, Enzo Fernandez, they might not be available. Well, Lavia definitely won't be available for the Manchester City game. He could be out for more than a month. And this is just more setbacks for him. He has been injured numerous amounts of times. He's played more this season, but still hasn't been available for every single game. And he is a player that we desperately miss. But if we was to sign someone like Douglas Luiz, that could fill a void. Add another midfield option. Because in our last game, we had to rely on Kane and Dewsbury Hall, someone that hadn't played in numerous amounts of weeks. But we called upon him because there was no Enzo, no Lavia in the squad. Like, we need more midfielders. And obviously, I know people will be talking about Leslie Iheanacho, Andre Santos. Leslie Iheanacho is more of a player that I can see definitely coming back to Chelsea during this window, being recalled back from his loan spell. Andre Santos, I'm not really thinking that he's going to be coming back, because it's just not fair on him. He won't be starting many games. And for the season he's having with Strasbourg, he deserves to finish that season. And like I've been saying, collect as many awards as possible for him to come back to Chelsea next summer and be a player in the first 11. So obviously that's just my thoughts and opinions on that. I don't necessarily think that we will sign Douglas Luiz, but we can never rule anything out with Chelsea. So that's just my thoughts. And you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Next up, this is in regards to the Chelsea women, man. And look at this. Chelsea women have agreed terms with the San Diego Wave for the transfer of US women's national team defender NaomI Germa for a record 192.5 million 100,000 fee. This is massive. Like for the women's game, this is massive. Nearly a player getting sold for $1 million. Like 20 or 30 years ago, when guys who were getting bought for this kind of money, these were world record fees. And it just goes to show how the women's game is just evolving and getting better. Like for a woman like her to come to Chelsea for this record fee, it will be absolutely amazing. Obviously, I haven't seen too much of her, but I know playing FIFA, she was in the team of the season last year. She could be a very good player for Chelsea. And with the team that we already have, where it's going to be setting up to dominate for the rest of like the decade, because the Chelsea women keep the blue flag flying high. They've been raising that flag, winning Barclays Women's Super League, getting to a Champions League final. We just need to get over the line in the Champions League. But if we have a player like her, can go a long way in order to win, not only win one, but two, maybe three, and compete with the Barcelona women whose team is a Mazzoline. So obviously, we've agreed a fee. We'll potentially hear of a here we go or something in the near future. But obviously that was just reported by The Athletic. When you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Are you happy with this? Let me know. Next up, Ben Chilwell, man. So there remains optimism inside Chelsea that Ben Chilwell will find a loan move away from the club before the transfer window shuts. And you see, with this year, this makes me think of Manchester United, because realistically, Ben Chilwell's best form really came when he was playing as a left wing back under Thomas Tuchel. A current system that Manchester United use, but they don't really have guys that fit that role as a left wing back. They can play Dalot or Mazraoui there, but they are not left wing backs. Like, they need a left wing back, and Ben Chilwell can fit that role. Plus, with a loan fee, and can help us get down the deal for Garnacho, that could go a long way. And I wouldn't necessarily mind it, because he needs to get games. He needs to be playing. And he's just not going to be able to cut at Chelsea anymore. But he could potentially cut at Manchester United just due to the way that their team has been formatted, playing with wing backs. So, hey man, hopefully he does find a club before that. But I think that Manchester United could potentially go in for him and could help us lower the fee for Alejandro Garnacho, you feel me? So, hey man, that's just my thoughts and opinions on there. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. And for the last topic, we have a here we go. So Renato Veiga to Juventus on loan. Here we go. 4.2 million fee until June with no buy option clause, and then the player back to Chelsea at the end of June for the Club World Cup. This is going to be good for Renato Veiga, because not only does he get to return to Chelsea in the summer, but he also gets to play in his preferred centre-back position for Juventus, who are doing really well right now in the Serie A. He could help them potentially win the Scudetto, and also just get a lot of game time, because he hasn't been getting too much game time at Chelsea. And obviously, just how things go, we have a big squad, and Maresca just doesn't, I don't know if he fits the role too much. He's played him at different times, but during the last month or so, he hasn't been playing a lot. So this is a good move for him. Will help him boost his credentials in order to be playing in the future for Portugal, potentially at the next year's World Cup. So this is a good move for him, and hopefully he has an incredible loan spell at Juventus. So big you up, Renato Veiga. Hope that you have a good loan spell, and yeah, my people done. That's going to conclude the transfer news update. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions. Thank you for getting this far into the video. It's another week where I do a roundup of big news already. So yeah man, any more news that comes out, I'll be doing another video next week. So yeah man, thank you again for your support. Make sure to check out the shorts. Make sure to check out the match preview, review, as well as the watch along for our game against Man City tomorrow. Have an enjoyable Friday, and as always, come on Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea. In a bit, my people, damn. Love.